going to clap at the same time so we can get the audio right. Oh, wow. Yeah. Boys.
Wow.
Boys, that was some great tennis this week. That was some great tennis.
I feel so invigorated after that tennis match.
Yeah.
That was so sweaty and good.
Yeah, I can feel the sweat in my dick.
Wow.
I didn't sweat that much, but, I'm pretty envious now.
Yeah.
I was running left, right, up and down, and sideways sometimes.
That is
left and right.
every direction you can go. That
Quite
is every
literally.
direction. That was one game. That was one game we just played. Every direction. Every direction. Some boy bands, they only go in one.
Guys, welcome to the podcast about tennis. We love tennis so much, we created a podcast about it.
This is a good tennis podcast.
We all know, the three of us, we're just sporty guys. We love sports. We gotta talk about sports.
We have to talk about sports. A lot of people, they'll click on this podcast, they'll go, good tennis. Huh. I don't care about tennis, don't worry. We talk about all sports on this podcast. It's not exclusive to tennis.
We know there's at least 13 sports. There's gonna be a lot of sports in this next few minutes, hour, maybe an hour.
Maybe.
We don't know how long we can talk about sports. We've never stretched our capabilities this far to talk about sports.
Talking about all these sports, it's sort of like a sport in itself,
It is.
That's number 14. Number 14. Number 14 sport. That's number 14 sport.
I thought there were only 13 sports this whole time, and you're telling me there's another sport. And we're doing it right now. That is incredible. We have just finished doing one sport, and we're jumping right into another one. You can tell we're sporty boys. Right off the bat, you can tell we're sporty boys.
You thought there were 13 sports? Count it on two hands, 13 sports, but no. More than two hands, 14 sports.
Ooh.
I like one-handed sports. I like two-handed sports. I like full-body sports. I like all sports except for rock climbing. That is for people who have freakishly strong fingers. I don't understand it.
I don't like it. I don't like wearing the harness.
I don't like wearing the harness. I just want to fall off and just see.
I want to be like Batman Arkham games where he glides off. He glides down. He glides down to the ground because he's Batman cape. I don't want to fall.
Did we just invent?
Can we just give everyone capes instead of harnesses? Superheroes have capes. I think. I've seen The Incredibles. Capes are good.
Oh, I've seen The Incredibles.
Leggy, did you just invent a new sport? We could literally hang on. That's like fusion, paragliding, fusion, rock climbing, fusion. Okay, you go rock climbing, right? Big cliff, no harness, nothing. That's what rock climbing is. It's the true gritty rock climbing sport. Sorry, I just get really passionate about
That's
the
all right.
sport.
We are on the Good Tennis podcast. This is the place. This is the place for it to happen. You don't need to apologize.
This is
exactly.
No,
calm down.
Steve, look at me, Steve. Deep breaths.
Did you know that meditating is a sport too?
Oh, really?
That is a sport. Yeah.
15?
There's all sorts of different meditating that you can do. You can do in and out breathing. You can do box breathing. You can do breathing while you drive. You can do breathing while you cook. You can do breathing while you whatever you want to do, you can breathe through it all.
I love meditation. I have one in the cupboard called Panadol. I like that one a lot.
Oh, that's
my
a great
favorite meditation.
That's pretty
I was thinking of Aspro Clear.
I think you're talking. Hang on, I think Liam's a fuckwit. I think you're talking about medication. I think you're talking about medication, Liam.
Oh no! I thought they would both make me feel right at home.
Panadol is not a sport. No, Panadol is not a sport.
Oh no! You know what?
Athletes
you know what?
Panadol.
We're gonna take this to the courts because I want to get this really fair debate. Okay, really fair, because you're really bringing up these accusations that that Panadol isn't a sport, and I've got to say. How similar are the words meditation and medication? Pretty similar. So I think that's a sport.
You got a point.
That could be a sport. That could be a sport.
But you know what? I respect it. Steve, would you like to explain?
Yeah, I can explain anything. What do you want me to explain?
Just your thought process. I just want to understand from different viewpoints. I think it's really important. Everyone has their own ideas, their own thoughts, and I want to know your idea on why medication is a sport.
Okay, well, look, first and foremost, medication is made in labs, okay? Sport is made in the courts. Made in the courts, you know, like, now I'm not talking law, I'm not talking, like, those, like, you know, like, divorce courts and all that. Oh, I've been to those, ugly places.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about your two kids, Steve. We don't have you bring it up every time, we don't need to talk about it. Steve,
I've been through 3 divorces, alright, I'm not gonna bring it up again.
That's more than I can count on my fingers there.
Because we did come here to talk about sports. Yes. And I just hate that every time I go to talk to you, I say, hey, have you seen what's happened with Nick Kyrgios? Have you seen what's happened with the running, with the races? And you say, yes, but my 2 kids have just passed away. And I go, Steve, that's not what we're here for, buddy.
We're not here for that. We're not here for that. We're here for sport.
What we're here for. I'm sick of hearing about it, to be frank.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm sick of
Sorry.
it. So if we could please just keep to the topic at hand of sports, I'd really appreciate it there, buddy.
Okay, alright, so, medication made in labs, sport made in the courts.
But isn't a court a lab of progress? Of progress, then you know
you're a cunt.
No, you know, I respect it. We're here for sport.
We are here to hear different opinions here.
We're talking about sport.
We're talking about sport.
There's so much sport going on.
We have badminton, we have tennis, but we're really here to learn about the opinions. You know, you're not here to learn like backstroke, full hands, double cross, double joints. We're here to talk about what's really going on, and I think that's what we're hitting the nail on the head with here.
Hitting the nail on the head. Brilliant,
another
Max.
Sport.
That's another sport.
Another sport. Oh my god. We're adding to the list as we go. Before this podcast, I thought there were 13 sports.
Then there was 14. Now there's 15. 15. You can't even count those on your fingers, guys. Come on.
We're going to need Ben 10 forearms over here to count all these sports we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a sport?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Watching Ben 10. Let's put that down. That is a sport.
That is a sport.
Do you want me to write this down?
Please,
yeah,
please.
All right, let me go get a piece of paper.
Please.
Oh, writing on a piece of paper. Liam, this
Put that down! Put that down! Put that down! Can you hear me?
What?
Writing down on a piece of paper.
Writing down on a piece of paper.
That is a sport. That is a sport.
Yes. Yes. God, yes.
God,
if these were all Olympic sports...
Australia would win them all, obviously.
Australia would... I would participate in all of them. I don't think they'd win all of them. That's just unrealistic, Max.
I actually take
there are
pride
so
in my
many
country.
other countries that can write on a piece of paper, Max. Let's not just assume, oh, okay, we invented it, right? Like, it's like, you seen the movie Cool Runnings? Like,
no, I haven't. No.
No. I don't remember if they won it, but they participated in it, and like that's just what the Olympics is about. Cool Runnings is not a sport. Bobsledding's not a sport.
It's a real sport. It's not a sport. It's a real sport. There's sport and there's real sport. That's a real sport for me.
Wow.
When the Jamaica bobsled team song came on, I was like, this is real sport. Wow. This is real sport. You know, I was like, wow. Look at all these actors. Look at all these actors. Look what they've done. Look at all these musicians. Look at what they've done. Look at movie. Look at movie, real sport.
I do look at movie.
So, first Ben 10, then Cool Runnings, both real sport.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Please.
Yeah, please write that down. Thank you. Thank you for your work, Liam. Thank you.
I'm happy this is a scrap piece of paper.
What? You gotta write it on an official piece of paper. What are you doing, Liam?
We need this on like certificate paper, Liam.
This is sports. You're writing it on scrap?
We're recording the Good Tennis podcast, and like you're fucking this all up for us right now.
You're fucking this up.
Do we to write it down on a different piece of paper?
Yes.
No,
please,
if you want to write it on scrap, that's up to you. If
you want to write it on scrap, that's okay with me. No problem.
Please,
let's go.
Please, no.
What?
No, we're all here for sport. You know what? I respect it. Okay. All right. Now you know, like.
Can you write that down too? Respect. I think that should be a sport.
Respect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Thanks.
I think I might just take a photo of the board instead of writing all this down. Just quicker.
Okay.
to keep
Amazing.
it all in mind.
That efficiency. That's efficiency.
Photo.
That's a sport.
I
What are you-
literally
what are
don't
you
know
gesturing at,
where my
Stephen?
phone is. I don't know I don't know where I can take a camera. My photo.
Stephen.
This is a sports logo. I wore this shirt particularly today because I knew, all right, like I've just got to dress for the occasion. You know, I've got to wear my most sport shirt that I've got. I had to go with the Gymshark shirt because I'm a real big man, and I had to wear the sport shirt for the sport podcast. It only makes sense.
Only makes sense.
Can we put that as a sport? Can we
Wearing the sports shirt.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was like a particular brand you want me to write down, just shirt in general. Or?
No, just wearing sports. Sports wearing. Can we put that down as sports wearing?
Yeah, because it is
Sports
one
wearing.
thing
Sports
to,
wearing?
to do the sports, but to wear the sports, to embody the sports, that
Oh,
that
we're
is
talking
a
about
sport,
sports.
boys. That is
Sports
a
wearing
sport.
or
The
sports
cloth
swearing?
is-
Which one?
part of me.
Which one?
It's part of me now. It's this is an extension of my body. This shirt. It's so breathable and sports that I can run for 5 to 7 kilometers minutes in 5 to 7 minutes. That's a kilometer per minute. That's really fast, obviously, but I can do that because the sports shirt is letting me do that. I paid $16 for this shirt.
Alright, so
I've
sports
really
wearing. I'll
noticed
write
that.
down sports shirt just to keep it short.
But does shirt embody wearing? Because wearing can be anything, you know. Wearing can be the attitude. Wearing can be the socks. Wearing can be the shoes. Wearing can be the butt plug. Wearing can be anything that you put your mind to when it comes to the sport. Because when Steve rocked up, you rocked up to tennis today, and you were wearing Batman clothes.
Oh yeah,
You
I was
were wearing
a
Batman
whole
clothes, and
Batman
I
costume.
said, Steve, now I see what you've done. You've come here, you're wearing Batman clothes, you are ready to beat the Joker, but are you ready to do the sports? And then 15 hours later, you arrived back on the courts, and I had to double take, Steve, because I thought, wow, is that Stephen Corey? Or is that man sports? And that is not because of sports shirt. That is not because of sports mentality. That's because you were wearing sports. And in that moment, I knew that I was taking part in sports.
I think Steve is sports.
I think Steve.
I think Steve
that's
is
sport.
sports.
I think Steve is sports. Write that down.
Steve
Write
is
that
sports.
down. Steve is sports. Write that down. Definitely write that down.
Definitely write that down.
I'll just write down Steve for short. I'm just going to turn the page.
Okay.
So we're
That's-
writing big letters because this is big importance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys, I didn't think we'd come up with this many sports today.
No.
I can't lie. I thought tennis and badminton were the only things that existed. But I've been in sports now for like 5 weeks now, and I'll tell you what. There are so many things you can do with your hands and your legs.
Oh.
You can swim. You can run a lot. you can catch things. There are all sorts of games that you can catch things. But that actually brings me to my next topic of catching things. You can catch really deadly diseases from sports.
Yeah.
You know what? You know the 5 weeks of knowledge. I needed to ask Steve that question, and you said it for me. What type of diseases are we talking about? This is.
We're talking venereal diseases.
I'll write that down.
Thank you. We're talking the really bad one, AIDS. We're talking about the other really bad one. I can't say it. The C word. You know,
we already know what it is.
We don't need to say it. We don't
have to say
Okay,
it.
sorry.
No, it's a traumatic experience. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
You can be swimming in the same pool. Someone's been coughing in the pool. Or what's this?
I hate that.
That spicy cough.
I come to the pool for sports, not for coughs.
The amount of times I've seen people disrespect the pools, the public pools.
Disgusting.
Coming in with their coming in with their band-aids, coming in with their sweaty balls, sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls are a sport, though. To be fair,
Sweaty balls are a sport.
Can
you write that down?
To be fair, sweaty balls are a sport. You are coming in here. You are talking a lot of shit, Steve, and I'm agreeing with a lot of the stuff you're talking about. I have to really acknowledge that you are the professional here. We were really, really lucky to get someone with 5 weeks of sports experience on this podcast. We were looking for the most experienced guests, and to land you was a dream come true. And I do need to take that into account and respect your opinion. But when you critique,
sorry, can I just cut you off there? Can I just cut you off there?
I'm starting to question your authority.
Can I just cut you off there? Can I just cut you off there, Max?
Yes.
Thanks. Sorry to cut you off.
Yes. Yes. Please cut me off. Yes. Yeah. Please.
But could we put dreams coming true as a sport?
I'll write that down.
Ooh, Okay. Now, where I'm coming from, with this,
freestyle dreaming. I'm gonna pitch that. Freestyle dreaming.
I'll write that down.
Freestyle dreaming.
Freestyle dreaming. It's like when you're dreaming, but it's like anything you want it to be. So it's lucid dreaming. It's lucid dreaming. It's already been done, but it's a sport now.
Okay.
It's a sport now. How do we monitor? How do we see each other's dreams? That's Steven. Come on. Have you seen Inception? Try and sit through Inception
You can't
in the
do
year
it.
2021.
You
Try and
can't
do it.
Impossible.
You can't.
Impossible. No one's done it.
You can't.
No one has ever finished watching the movie Inception.
Can we put that down? Watching the movie Inception.
Yeah,
Inception?
that is a sport.
Yep.
And that's a sport. That's an extreme sport because no one has done it before.
Max, I'm really sorry to cut you off again.
Oh no!
Really
Please cut me off.
sorry to cut you
Please.
off again. Sorry.
Please cut me off. Please.
Can we put that down as a sport? Cutting
Max?
Not cutting Max off.
Oh.
Cut Max off. Okay.
Now.
No,
look,
no, actually that's too niche. That's way too niche. Sorry, Max.
I see where you're coming from because I've lived quite a life, Steve. I've been born for like 12 weeks now, and in that time of being born to now, I've actually noticed in my day to day, I can't finish hardly any sentences without being cut off. And you're saying it's a niche thing. You're saying that it's a niche thing to cut me off, but Steve, it is all I know. All I know is blatant disrespect, and all I know is just being treated horribly by those around me. So to say that that's too niche of a sport, kind Max,
of puts my existence in.
Oh, sure. Yes, please cut me off. Yes, please cut. Yes, please.
I'm just,
Yeah.
Steve's lived 5 weeks doing sport.
He has.
For how many weeks was it, Max?
I have lived. I've lived for 12 weeks. I've only been doing sports for 3 days. Okay.
3 days.
I've been doing sports for 3 days.
You lived longer than Steve though, so I think you're a much more you're a better person to ask about just some sports because my page.
And I'm also a better person.
My page is empty.
I'm just going to cut you off there.
I've got no more sports. I've got no more
I'm
sports.
just going to cut you both off there.
Oh, wow.
Cut you both off there.
Yes,
sorry.
please. Please.
Double whammy there.
That's a new sport, maybe. Just sorry to cut you
Double
off.
whammy?
That might be
No, that's okay. No, please do cut me off. Please do cut me off. Sorry, that's all. It's all in good sport. It's all in good sport.
It is. That's the thing about all this. I wake up to blatant disrespect. I wake up to people throwing me aside, and I go, you know what? This is sport.
Can I just cut you off there,
and it's all in
Max?
good sport.
Max,
Yes,
can you clean your fucked camera? Please, can you clean your fucked camera?
Okay. Here's the thing I need to explain to you. My camera is not dirty. It is just always out of focus. So I'm going to put my finger up. I'm going to try focus it.
Let's just do a touch up. Let's
just do a touch up.
Let's do a touch up.
It's focused on my fingy. For those watching the video, you can see my fingy right now. And now if I put my face in, it is still blurry. So that didn't work at all. But that's a nice finger, Steve. For the audio listeners, I'm just going to explain. Liam is currently cleaning my camera by drawing on his camera with a Sharpie. And Steve is kind of showing his fingy for the world. And unfortunately, neither of them have worked, it seems. And I'm still a blurry piece of shit. But at least
Is that a sport?
Oh.
Well, Steve, with your 5x experience...
Steve is the expert. We do have to ask Steve on this. Yeah.
I need to write this down. For the sport.
We do need to write this down.
Steve. Come on.
Steve, you're the expert. We got you on this podcast because you know about sport.
For the audio listeners, Steve is currently looking down. And I'm looking at the camera. I'm at my camera.
You probably
I'm looking
can't
at Steve. Steve's not looking at me. Steve's not looking at me.
He's
going through something.
No. What's he doing? What's he doing? Oh no,
Max. I think we need to let him know some more sports to help him get going.
Yeah, that is a sport. That is a sport.
Let me just go through.
The energy
let me go
of your
through my piece of paper. Let me go through my writing.
Please.
Fuck. Let me just try and read it. For the audio listeners, I've written with whiteboard marker on both sides of a piece of paper, and it's melted into the other side, so it's really illegible.
But that is sports.
Yeah, tennis. Tennis.
Classic. That is what this podcast is about. Yeah.
Steve's currently on the floor of his room.
Can we put derealization as a sport?
Yeah, I think that's a sport.
I actually have a really fun fact about derealization.
Oh yeah.
This is a sport as well. You can add this to the list, but so are we aware of Bo Burnham's Netflix special Inside?
Oh my god,
That's
I
a good
love
sport.
Bo Burnham Inside. I love Bo Burnham Inside. I love Bo Burnham Inside, dude. I love Bo Burnham Inside.
The thing about Bo Burnham is he's actually my best friend.
Inside.
Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham Inside. My favorite Bo Burnham moment is when he's like,
Do you want me to...
he does do that. He does.
Do you want me to recreate Bo Burnham for you? Do you want me to recreate Bo Burnham for you?
This is the cable of my disconnected headphone.
I dropped my whiteboard marker. Do you want to hear it? Do you want to see me do Bo Burnham?
yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Whoa! I've made my lights flash in my room. I think this is Bo Burnham.
This is the cinematic experience. When I sit down to watch Bo Burnham Inside, that is a cinematic experience I'm gearing myself up for. This, oh my god, Steve.
But we're still talking about Bo Burnham. I think we should talk about another sport maybe.
I do need to talk about derealization. It's a sport that I think Steve is experiencing right now. So it might hit true to him.
What are the rules?
Trigger
how
warning.
do I play?
Trigger warning. I do have to briefly mention Bo Burnham when explaining this, but it'll only be brief. We'll get through it very fast.
Are you able to replace the name with something?
We could replace the name to make it easier for the audio listeners, which is of course another sport. How about Robert Burnham?
Robert Burnham. Let's say that instead. That might help, Steve.
That'll help.
Okay, how do I play?
So, are we aware of the lyric in Robert Burnham's song where he says, "Googling derealization, hating what you'll find"? I thought I would make a sport in finding out how many people have Googled derealization. So I went onto the Google Trends thingy. And put in derealization to see if there was a spike in people Googling it. There was hardly a spike. I thought there would be a whole industry of sport. I thought that there would be everyone Googling derealization. But it turns out that the fact that not many people Googled derealization after Robert Burnham said it, that is a sport.
I have a question. Sorry, I've just come out of my trance. Is boxing a sport?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a sport?
I think.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not a sport.
I've seen it. I seen this thing called boxing on TV. I seen these guys punching it out. I seen them boxing it out.
Yeah.
I seen them hitting each other.
I can see where you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from. I just need to cut you off there, Steve. I can see where you're coming from. All right.
Is it even a sport?
I think that instantly, when you said if it was a sport, I said no. Max said yes.
I did.
Max did say yes.
We have a bit of tension. We have a bit of tension.
But I am
Liam,
willing
sorry,
to
how many
hear you out.
years, how many weeks or years or months or units of time have you experienced sport?
Yeah, we don't know that yet, actually. How long have you experienced sport?
Just a few minutes. Just a few minutes.
That's really good of you. That's really cool of you to get into such a unique and a bit of a niche, hobby.
3 minutes of sport?
At that, yeah.
And the thing is, sport is a very welcoming community, you know? Like
very
Steve and I, we're more
So
sport
wholesome.
experts, and we're not going to shame you for not knowing about the cross-jump Olympics in 2012.
No.
We're not going to shame you for not knowing about Nick Kyrgios fucking his mum.
Can you tell me about that?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
You can ask him yourself. You can ask
Is it
him
a no-go in
yourself.
the sports community?
It is a no-go.
That's a no-go?
No.
Should I
it's
write
a
that
That's
down?
horrible that you asked that.
We
That is
don't go.
horrible that you asked that.
I don't write that down.
Don't
write that down.
I don't write that down.
Don't write
No.
that down. Fuck.
I won't write it down.
Oh, and this is the problem with new people getting into sports.
I hate
they
new
don't
people
get
in
it.
sports.
They don't
I
get it.
just
Us
fucking
sports
hate them.
veterans, we know everything about sport. These new people come in, they go, "Oh, I love this. I love this." No, you fucking don't. Tell me
Shut up.
about
You've
the
liked this
cross-jump
for 5
Olympics.
minutes. Shut up.
They can't.
I don't know
can't.
the cross-jump Olympics.
They can't.
I've been liking cross-jump Olympics since ancient Greece.
Yeah.
Like, in Athens.
and
in
ancient Greece was 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago,
3
dude.
weeks ago.
And you got people talking about it like they found it yesterday.
Exactly.
Shut up.
It's
Shut up.
It-
like,
Do I write that
It
down?
grinds my gears, and that is a sport. It
do you wanna
grinds
write
my
down?
gears, and that
Grinds
is a
my
sport.
gears is a sport. I'll write
That
that
is a
down.
sport. Write that down. Write that
Yeah,
down.
write that down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to
No,
know
definitely.
about
I'm just
sports,
gonna
if you
find
want to
some
become
space.
one of the sports people who knows about sports, you have to know grinds my gears, dude. You have to know grinds my gears. You fucking
Grinds my
people.
gears. Grinds my
You-
gears.
Yeah, thank you.
grinds my gears.
I've written them down.
Grinds my gears.
That's the sound of my whiteboard marker getting sealed
Grinds my
shut.
gears.
And that's what's so good about the sports community. Now Liam knows about grinds my gears.
I think
That's the power of sports.
I want to do it competitively. I want to get into
Yeah.
this industry. I want to get
Yeah.
there.
You can do that. You can.
We
totally
can.
do
You
that.
can. You can. People tell you you can't. You can.
I want to go into some support groups and really get there.
Sports therapy has really helped me.
Physiotherapy. Put that down. Yeah, that's a sport.
Physiotherapy, yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to do it if you're going to be sports. So why wouldn't you put it down as a sports? You have to do it. I see these people who are just getting new in sports, you know, like and power to them.
Power
love
to them. We accept the new people. We accept.
Hey,
the new
Wakanda forever, power to them. Sorry, but like, you know, just like I love sports so much, and when people just get into it, they don't do the physiotherapy. They don't do the massage.
No, they never do.
They don't-
never do.
You know.
They don't
Personally,
get the muscles.
never done physiotherapy. I thought there was a
working.
monster from like
Their
Dungeons and
muscles aren't
Dragons.
working.
Didn't know it.
Sorry to cut you off, but shut up. Like physiotherapy is just so important. And
Yeah,
you just gotta keep
Yeah.
doing it.
If-
Otherwise,
and
how
this-
are you gonna do this?
You can't do that. You can't do that without. Okay, here is a true story about physiotherapy. I once, I was wheeling a trolley through a grass track. Again, this is a true story, and I fucked my back up and my ass quite a lot doing that. I had a lot of pain in my lower back / upper ass. And it wouldn't go away. I didn't want to get physiotherapy. I was embarrassed, boys. I was like, if I get physiotherapy, I'm going to be asking a physiotherapist to stick a needle in my ass. And I thought that is not on. I thought no, thank you. But then, boys, I went to do the physiotherapy. I thought, okay, look, I might not be about this, but this is a sport. This is a sport. I love sports. I've been doing sports at this point, I'd been doing sports for 10 minutes. And I went, you know, I'm about sports. I'm devoted to sports. I need to experience physiotherapy. I went in. and they stuck a needle in my ass, but they didn't brace me, boys. This is they didn't brace me or ask. They were just like, "Where's the pain?" And I was just like, "My ass." And before I knew it, there was a needle in my ass.
I have just a question.
Yes.
Just a question.
Yes. Yes.
Was it the cheek or the rectum? One is illegal. One is okay. Was it good touch or bad touch? Because physiotherapists are all about touch. They massage. They also stick needles in your bum.
They do.
Because this is an audio platform, I need you to give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, just so people get the message.
Okay, sure.
All right, that was good.
All right,
Thank
okay.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anytime, boys. Anytime.
I don't think we
Do you want to just put that down as a
listeners.
sport real quick? Sorry to cut you off. It's so embarrassing. Oh, sorry. It's like the delay in Discord. So embarrassing.
Timing delay. It happens all the time.
I was just gonna say, maybe put that down as a sport. Confessing the truth or clarifying the truth.
Confessing the truth.
Confessing
I think,
the truth.
Yeah. I just think that's something that we could get a lot of people in on, as a sport, purely for sport purposes. And we could have these kind of these little shows, like these sports matches, these games which we bet money on, and we could see who's going to tell the truth, who's going to clarify the truth better than the other person. So many people lie these days.
Yeah.
As Kanye West said in album Donda, in jail, we're all liars. Hey, wow. Kanye West said it, like not me.
And he is the most trustworthy man on the planet. He is.
He is the embodiment of sport. He was in a stadium, I've got to say.
Yes.
Got to say.
Yes.
Wow. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I got my hands in the air.
He does.
He's in a stadium. Where do sports happen? Some of them in a stadium. All right.
Wow.
What's one of the biggest sports? Come on. This is an interactive speech. I want one of you to say it. Come on.
One of the biggest sports.
Come on, tell me the biggest sports. Do I have to call someone?
Loaded question.
Do I have to phone a friend? Come on.
I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you.
All right. I'm going to go get my phone.
All right.
I'm going to go get my phone. I've got my phone.
What's this? Ring-a-ding-ding. Hello.
Hello, is that Dax? Dax? Is that Dax?
Yeah. That's my name. Yeah.
Hi Dax, I'm just phoning your friend. Just for a simple thing. Do you remember what the question was?
I don't because I wasn't.
Give me a sport.
There.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. It was name me a sport.
No. A sport in a stadium. I didn't know sport was stadium. I thought sport was recording Donda album. I thought stadium was
actually,
music.
You know what?
Yeah.
Music is sport.
Is it?
Music is sport. Yeah.
I thought music was note.
Well, but how do you get a note? You're exercising musical strength. What's exercise? Exercise sport.
Oh.
Anyways, Dax, I'm gonna go, Dax.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go.
Please call again. This is the first person I've talked to in 10 years.
Oh, alright,
This is
see ya.
the first person.
Alright, I just called Dax. He talks to a lot of people, which is pretty cool. But yeah, no. I was talking
Sounds like
about
a
it.
really,
I know
really
Steve
social
overheard
guy.
it. I don't think you did, Max. I don't know what happened there, or
No,
who
I
you were talking
was
with.
I was dancing.
You were dancing. Yeah. Well, that's
I was
sport.
playing
That's
that new
sport.
Nicki Minaj song, Anaconda, and I tell you what, my Anaconda does when it comes to that song.
Well, what does it do?
All I'm saying, put me in a room, put a speaker in the room, play Anaconda,
And what happens?
See what happens.
See what happens.
See what happens.
See what
See what
happens.
happens. See what happens.
See what
That is a
happens.
sport. That is a sport. That
See
is-
what happens.
Playing Anaconda in a room. Playing Anaconda.
See
in a
what
room.
happens.
No, that's not a sport. See what happens.
See what happens.
See what happens. If you think about it, every sport is see what happens. When 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 I got out of bed this morning, see what happens. See what happens.
See what happens.
I could stay in bed. I could brush teeth. I could dance. See what happens. That is a sport. That is a sport.
Well, hang
This
on.
is a tangible sport. How do we award points?
How do we award points?
Well,
Yeah.
is-
When
No, sorry, leggy. Whoa. Hey, not cool.
I'm sorry.
brother. Hey.
I'm sorry.
you are only 10 minutes into sport. It's not cool for you to be giving opinions like that. I know
But
that
you know, I'm 10
think
minutes
you're
into sport.
part of this
You know what,
community,
do you know-
but
you know
you
what-
got to step the fuck back, man.
you know, I'm 10 minutes into sport. I'm 15 minutes into real sport. Okay, I think
We've
I
been
know what I'm
recording this
talking about.
podcast for 37 minutes. You can at least say he's at least 40 something minutes.
No.
It's like a
No.
bit less than an hour now.
No.
Yeah.
So Steve, you're saying I've been talking for nearly 40 minutes about sport.
Yeah,
That I have that
Yeah,
knowledge.
I am.
Yeah.
I am saying that. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
What are you saying?
You see this? You see?
Yeah.
See all these sports? That triples the time of my knowledge of sport.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it does.
Fuck. He's so intelligent. Fuck.
That takes me back to a sport we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, and that is a spanner in the works. You've just thrown a spanner in the works.
Did we mention that as a sport?
I think so. Unless I'm having a sport hallucination.
It's quite possible when
It
you're
is
talking
quite
about
possible.
sport for that.
I'm not writing that down.
I've never talked about sports for this long.
I'm
I
not
don't
writing
know.
that down.
I don't know what kind of things are going to happen to me.
That's it.
You're not
Alright.
writing that down.
Spanner in the works. I'm not writing that down because there's a spanner in the works.
Oh.
I'm
I mean-
not happy with this conversation.
I mean, when there is a spanner in the works,
you know what?
what?
I've just been thinking about it.
Mm.
You put a spanner in the works.
Mm.
What happens? You see what
I don't
happens. You see what happens.
Oh my
You see what
god.
happens. Spanner in
That's
the works is
40
a sport. It's official.
That's got to be 40 points.
That is 40 points. That is 40 points. I was actually thinking 45.
Well,
I was
mean, it's a
thinking
chain
45.
combo, really. It's a chain combo. You
It
know,
is,
you got
it
the
is,
spanner
it
in the
is.
works, and then you've got the. Well, of course, you've got see what happens.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
then there's the outcome. What is going to be the outcome? Now
don't know.
we need.
And
There's
that
a whole-
enhances the see what happens because we don't know the outcome.
don't
Because
know
we
the
don't know the
outcome.
outcome.
But if you play the game, you see what happens. You know, you'll get scored basically on how on what happens.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
there's all sorts of things that can happen after you see what happens. There's
Oh.
all sorts of things. You know, you're missing uncle who's been missing for like so long.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like mine. Shit. He.
I was gonna say to stop talking about your fucking family though. I've kind of had it up to here with that.
Is that another sport?
That is another sport.
Shut the fuck up about your family.
Huh?
Shut the fuck up about your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write it down.
I think trauma dumping should be a sport.
We're gonna write that down.
Yeah.
I think
trauma dumping
I think there
should
needs to be a
sport.
rule to trauma dumping though. I think there needs to be rules and regulations. Like I'm hearing you. I definitely agree that there's a lot in that. But I think if trauma dumping involves you talking about your 2 dead kids, that's not a sport.
You're right.
I
It's
shouldn't
not a
write
sport.
that down.
You're right.
Yeah.
You don't write that down.
You know what I'm realizing about this podcast, guys?
What?
It's a great podcast. It's a great
Thank you.
podcast.
Thank you.
But I'm realizing something.
Mm.
I'm realizing something.
Yeah.
This is a cesspool. This is.
Should I write that
this
down?
is- Write that down, Liam.
Yeah.
This is 3 very like-minded people sharing one brain cell to
Yeah.
talk about sports. a subject we all know everything about.
Exactly.
But I'm just starting to think that there's not much diversity in our opinions here. I'm just starting to feel that our opinions are very easy to build off of. Because we're sports nuts. Look at us. We love sports so much. I'm thinking we need to introduce somebody...
Like a fourth person.
Who doesn't know about sports.
Fourth person who doesn't know anything about sports.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Love it. Love sport.
Love sport. Love myself.
I know
By the
3
way.
for people.
Wow.
I can give someone a call. I can make a few phone calls. Can make this happen. You know,
Yeah.
we can get some real opinions, real nice opinions, good opinions, nice conflicting opinions.
Do you know who I think would answer? Do you know who I think would answer? Neil Kolhatka.
Neil Kolhatka would probably answer.
I think Neil Kolhatka would answer.
Yeah, he probably would answer.
I'll call him. I'll call him.
No,
No.
he likes sports.
He likes, Neil's, we need to find someone who doesn't know about sports. All Neil Kolhatka does is sports. All he does is sports.
Sports and laugh.
Sports and what?
Sports and laugh.
Yes.
Sports and laugh.
Yes. And that is a sport.
Do you want me to write that down?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do. I really do.
How it fits.
Can we see the piece of paper, please, Liam?
Oh, you God.
After you've written sports and laugh, of course.
Sorry. Important.
Looks fucking cursed.
My whole room smells like permanent marker.
My whole room smells like sports.
I'll write that down.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if I can fit it. I think it's too good of a sport.
You can do the initials. MRSLS.
Yeah.
MRSLS.
SLS.
Yeah, that's good enough.
My room smells like sports.
It's written down.
I think that might. Are we gonna call someone?
No, I don't know.
I feel like we've gotten to the bottom of a lot in this podcast.
Let's call someone. I think you know what? We've done a lot. We've done a lot of sport today. We've done a lot of sport.
No.
No.
Well, then we might have to do more sport.
We can always do more.
We can always do more sport.
We can always do more.
Talk about other
Guys,
sports.
this is the Good Tennis Podcast. We haven't talked about tennis much. Guys, how about Roger Federer?
Who's that?
Gotta give it up for Roger. Gotta give it up for Roger.
Guys,
Gotta give it up for Roger.
can we write that down? Roger Federer, can we write that down?
Yeah. I'll do Rog Fedge.
Rog Fedge, yeah.
Roger Federer, yep. Thanks. You get a point every time Rog Fedge just shows up.
Yeah.
Like just in there, like in the room.
And that's why he always wins tennis.
He's just there, hey.
He's just there. He rocks up and they go, that's Rog Fedge, that's enough points.
That's Rog
And
Federer.
everyone goes home. That's
Game
why
over.
no one has ever seen Rog Fedge play tennis.
I don't think anyone actually cares about tennis. I think they just care about the game of Rog Fedge. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I don't think anyone's actually there to watch
Look,
some people, you know,
Again-
swinging around, rackets, rackety-roo, rackety-roo, ha-ha-ha, ooh-hoo. Nah, none of that. They want to see Rog Fedge in a room, on the court, then away from the court, then in another room, then on, like, talking in front of a camera, talking, yeah, good game, this, that, the other, going home to his wife and kids. I think that's what people are really in it for. I think that's what people want in Rog Fedge, is just to, like, just observe, just to
Do you
watch.
want me to write that down? Wife and kids. I'll write it down.
Yes. Please write that down.
I mean, they are the first people to leave the Titanic. And if that isn't a sport, I don't know what is.
They're also the first people that, you know, get threatened in drug cartels.
Yeah.
It's a good sport.
Yeah.
Drug cartels.
Drug cartel.
I think drug cartels is
I'll write that down.
Because you never know with drug cartels.
Not to be mistaken with the sport drugs. Drugs is a very dangerous sport, which we do not condone. But it is a sport nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing to not like a sport. It's another thing to censor it. You know.
Yeah. Do you want to put that down as censorship?
Censorship. Yeah.
Thanks, Liam.
Because I think people talk way too much about freedom of speech. We got freedom of sport.
That's not.
No one talks about freedom of sport.
Put that on a T-shirt and sell that as merch.
Yeah.
Freedom of sport.
Freedom of sport.
Freedom of sport.
I'll write that down.
Freedom of sport. If you get out of bed and the first thought you have isn't freedom of sport,
Get out of here.
fuck off.
Fuck off.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
F you.
And the thing is, people don't understand how small the sporting community is. They don't understand how vulnerable we are as people. They just come in here and they grind my gears. I have to say it. They grind my gears.
That's a sport.
It is a sport.
We've written that down. Do you want me to try and find it?
You can.
I'll try
Please
and
do.
find it on my paper.
Please do. Let's see what happens.
God. For the audio listeners, paper's got lots of words on it, bleeding into each other. And I wrote this on top of a photocopied piece of paper that I got in the mail. I'm just gonna say I found it.
He found it.
I found it.
Yeah.
See? I found it. See, audio listeners? You can see it, can't you?
Oh.
He's holding a knife now. He's holding a knife. Okay, he's holding a knife. He's holding a knife. He's holding a knife. Okay.
This turn. Look, I know we talk about freedom of sport, but that is too far.
All right.
That is too far. This is freedom of sport gone mad. This is freedom of sport
you
gone
listen
mad.
here.
All right.
I'm stealing your sports.
What? No,
You can
we just
compliment me?
made so many
Think
sports.
You can compliment
No.
me. Gotta write that down.
Liam, you can try. You know what?
Hang on,
you
his
can
compliment.
try steal our sports. You can come in here. You can come in here with two sports experts. You can learn all you can about sports just to steal it. But you know what sport you'll never steal? Do you know what sport you'll never steal, Liam?
What? I think that's the third sport there. I think that's the third sport.
That
was the third sport.
We came.
We came. Yeah.
I sure did.
God. Yeah.
You know, all this talking of sport. I'm new to all this sport.
Yeah.
It's gotta happen.
Enough to make a man come.
Gotta happen.
Well, put it down. Put it down. Put it down as a sport.
Put it down as a sport. Put it down as a sport.
You silly Steve, I'm gonna write that down. And, you know, if you've been following along at home, writing all these down, you actually win.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Listening to the podcast is a sport.
running down as a sport.
By default, if you're listening to this podcast, and you're still listening to this podcast, why don't you give yourself a big pat on the back and 50 points? 50 points. That's a lot of points. You can do a lot with those points. You could run your own bureaucracy with those points. You could overthrow a senate in a third world country with those points.
It's a pretty good sport.
Pretty good sport, yeah.
And that is why the Jedi lost in Star Wars 3. Because
Points?
they didn't have sports. If they had sports,
fuck.
they could have overthrown the Senate.
No, they had
could have
Quidditch.
overthrown the Senate, huh?
They had Quidditch.
See, this is where because even though Steve and I are both very knowledgeable in sports, this is where Steve's expertise kind of comes on top of mine, because I didn't remember Quidditch.
Well,
I didn't.
That's
Max is
I'm not only a sports nut. I studied film for 3 years. I have a film degree.
Yeah.
I can go and get my certificate if you'd like. I can prove it to you.
This is my certificate.
to see
This is
that.
my certificate. I'm holding a weapon.
Okay.
My
All right.
certificate.
I just want you to put it down. I just want you to put it down.
Okay.
I just want you to put it down.
I put it down.
Thanks, Liam. 20
We
points.
don't threaten each other.
Do I get
on this
points?
podcast.
Yeah, 20 points.
Sick. I'll write that down. 20 points.
Okay, why did we let Liam, the least experienced in sports, write down all the sports?
Well, I need to know
Max,
them.
This is a plot hole.
I need to know
is a
this.
plot hole.
Steve.
Max, what's going on
Steve,
here, big
alright,
guy?
You too? You
What's
know all
going-
the sports.
You're
I
blaming
don't know
me?
the
You said,
Alright.
you said,
You're blaming me?
You said, Steven, we've got this new podcast. It's going to be all sports, everything sports. Sports this, sports that. We need you, big man. We need you, and you're the big man. And we need a big man on the podcast. That's what you told me. That's what you told me 15 minutes before we started recording this podcast.
I did.
I said, all right, Max, I'm up to the challenge. Hey, not a problem. Let's get this in the let's get this in the ball. Let's get this in the bag. Let's put it in the court. Let's put the ball in the court. Let's get it done. Let's record a podcast. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's educate some kids about sport.
Because this podcast is for the children, really.
This is for the children, specifically
this
for
is
the
a
children
children's
only.
podcast. This is
ages
children
5 to 12. That's who we're targeting. We're
If you're
targeting
over the age of
5
12.
to
If you're listening and you're a
12-year-olds.
newborn, that's fine. That's fine.
That's
We won't
fine.
tell.
That's
We
okay.
won't tell.
We'll allow it. We won't tell your parents. That's okay. Just don't go around telling your friends about this. Okay, like just keep this between us.
This is
alright?
very underground,
You're-
okay?
You're part of this circle
Alright.
now. You got to keep this secret
Alright.
up. Okay.
This is very underground, and if you talk to anyone about this, we'll put you underground.
Don't know what your parents told you about keeping secrets, but all right. Look, we're your daddies now. All right. So just like keep it to yourself. All right.
This
Thanks.
is-
all right. Done.
We're going to be in a parasocial relationship with you, okay? Okay, your 3 dads are going to teach you a lot. You know
Okay.
what? There might be 4, might be 5 dads. Might be
Maybe.
even be a
We
Mullen
don't-
next time.
We don't know.
Just stay open. Just stay open
Alright.
to it. All right. Just
Alright.
just keep. Let's
The
keep the ball
parents
rolling.
might
All
come
right.
back and forth. We might get new parents. Might get old parents.
I might disappear next week.
Yeah.
I got
and that
things
is
to
a
do.
sport,
Don't be
and
so
that is a
selfish.
sport.
Gosh.
Disappearing,
Yeah.
Disappearing parents.
disappearing parents.
It doesn't just necessarily have to be parents. It's what if people at school just playing in the courts just want to join in on this fun?
It's
you know?
subjective.
And that is-
It's subjective, you know? There's
and
no
that
laws.
is-
No laws. It's free flow.
Yeah, free flow.
The
It's
thing
like
about
water.
free flow, it's extra points because it's see what happens.
See what happens.
Oh,
It is see what
happens.
happens. It is see what happens.
It is see what happens. Yeah.
We forget. We
The-
forget
the
we're
thing
too
about sports-
involved and
Yeah.
this and that. We forget see what happens.
All sports are really just the same thing. They all have a ball in them. They all have people in them. Like you're throwing and catching and throwing. It's this push, this pull, this push and pull. It's sports. It's sports. It's a spiritual thing. It's we've been playing sports since the caveman. We've been playing sports since the
We have.
age of time.
We have.
We've been
and that was
we've
12
been-
weeks ago.
Jesus
threw-
invented sports.
Yeah, and that's cool. And Jesus, pre-Jesus came up with
Pre-Jesus,
sports
yeah.
too. Yeah, we we've been throwing sticks, we've been throwing stones, we've been throwing
Yes.
spear, we've been catching animal, we've been domesticating women, we've been doing all sorts of stuff for the caveman. We've just been doing all sorts of stuff. It's
It's all sports.
It's all sports.
It's all
It's all
part of
sports.
sports.
It
Now,
is
I
all
don't
sports.
condone what the cavemen did. I don't condone at all what the cavemen did. I think what the cavemen did were real naughty.
Yeah.
I think that were real bad.
Yeah. But the
I
thing
don't
is, we
condone
can't.
it at all.
But freedom of sport. Freedom of sport. We can't censor it. It's okay. We can go, no, I'm not okay with that. We can go, I don't like it.
Guys,
But we
we've
have
gotta
to talk about it.
We've
We
got
have
to talk about the
these things.
patriarchy
It's
as a
important.
sport. It's
What-
not a good sport,
No.
and we need to.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
tired of all these men who are just. You know, shut up.
Yeah. But speaking of men, I think there's a really important factor of sports that we haven't been talking about yet. That we haven't been talking about. And that is big beefy muscles.
I'll write that down.
Write that down.
You can't. The thing is, you can't do sports without big beefy muscles. That is
No.
why us boys are like. Have you seen? Hang on. Oh, hang on. You see that? You see that? What is sports without muscles? It's
no.
not even see what happens because nothing's gonna happen.
That's another one. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, write that down. Write that down. Write that down.
Sometimes, let's see what happens turns into a game of nothing happens. And that's just the sad reality.
I think
but you
this
know- but you know-
podcast is a perfect example of that as well. We went in this to see what happens.
It's a miracle because the joy of this sport is that we started the podcast from here. We started it from here. We've talked now for about an hour, and we're still in the same fucking place.
We had multiple things to talk about.
Nothing has happened.
No.
We did.
No.
But the only way we could find that out is if we see what happens.
If we see what happens,
If we see
and
what
I'm
happens.
just so glad that we played the game. Thank
know what?
you.
Thank
We
you.
looked at the sports. We did
Yeah.
the sports. We saw what happened. We didn't just see. We saw. We have to see what happens next.
And the thing is, Saw is a movie franchise.
I'll write
Hang
that
on.
down.
Don't. No. Wait,
Saw
wait,
is a
let's
movie
hear him out, let's hear
franchise.
him
I'll
out.
write that down.
Wait. I think he's onto something else. Oh, it's too late. You're writing this, aren't you? Yeah. You don't listen to a fucking word I say, Liam.
I was about to solve sports.
I can't.
I was
hear
about to
you.
solve sports,
You're
now I
on
can't
the
remember.
sport.
He was really onto something.
I can't remember now.
And you just had to write it down.
I can't remember.
You just had to ruin the momentum by writing it down.
We came into this podcast, we said, okay, we're going to do as many episodes as it takes to find out sports. We said it could be one episode, it could be 1,000. I was about to find out what sports were. First episode, episode 1. Now this podcast has to go on for at least 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
Because what are the chances of that happening again? What are the chances?
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
I'll write
Another
that
sport.
down.
Another sport.
What are the chances? You've got sports bet. You've got bet 365. You've got bet money.
Steve,
What are
you've
the
forgotten
chances?
about points bet.
Points bet.
You've
Sorry.
forgotten about points bet.
Sorry.
You've forgotten about
No,
points
that's
bet.
that's honestly my bad. No, that's really, I have no excuses. I've been sports for 5 years and I just can't even.
Maybe you need a break.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Yeah, look, I think
maybe
I'm
take a couple
done.
of minutes off. And then come back.
Yeah,
Get some oranges.
I just. I'm all sportsed out, boys. I'm sweaty.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I can tell.
I'm
Don't know if you can
sweaty.
tell
I
by
can
my
tell by the
eyes.
look in your eyes.
I've done a lot of sports.
Oh, yeah, you've got the eyes of a veteran sports.
Yeah, I'm a veteran sporter. For the audio listeners, sucked in.
But you.
I think we've figured out enough about sports for today.
We've done a lot of good sports.
I think.
I really
think-
gotta pee.
I think if you just hold on a fucking second, Steve. I think
Hey.
we're gonna wrap up the podcast.
This rapping rappy hoo-ha
Yeah.
is not the end.
I'm gonna write that
Because... Not the end. Put a pin on that. Put a pin
on
on
that for sure. Alright, Steve's
down.
left.
I'm going to write that down.
Are we concluding the podcast before Steve gets back? I mean, he is sports.
But we'll just wait for him to get back.
But what if that's the answer?
Well, what's the answer?
What if stopping the podcast before sports?
Do you think Steve's sus?
I think
He's-
Steve bussin'.
I think he's not just bussing. You know the Magic School Bus?
I've heard
He's
the
Magic
concept,
School
yeah.
bussing. He takes you to places. He takes you to sport. You know what?
What?
I think he's back. 3, 2,
Yo, yo,
1.
yo, yo,
Oh
yo,
my God.
yo, yo, yo,
Oh
yo, 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 yo.
Oh my god.
Guess who just took? No, don't.
No, I won't.
Don't.
I
Don't
won't.
I'm
guess.
not going to ask.
won't.
I'm not going to
Don't
ask.
ask.
I'm not even
Don't
gonna
ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not gonna ask him.
I don't want to talk about it. I'll write that down.
We have so many games to play.
I know. Maybe we need to, every week, we need to look at this list. We need to pick a random sport on the list, and we need to devote the episode to doing that.
Just a
sport.
random...
And that is how. That is the secret to sport.
Legitimately,
That
I
is
had been
sick.
writing all the words down. But I started to just write them on top of each other. Because I think that all sports are one. All sports are one here.
Yeah.
And I feel that the best way to look at the sports, just embrace all of them. All right. I think we...
This could go on. This could go on.
I'm going to write that down.
And it.
we need to segue out of this shit.
Well, I think, you know what? We've done more than 13. We've done more than 14. We've done more than 15.
We've
done nearly
revolutionized.
16 sports.
We've more than
revolutionized
doubled.
sports.
We've more than
our
doubled
original number of
13.
13. We've doubled it.
Mm.
Now, you listening at home, try and write down 17 sports.
You can't.
Try.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
If you do, let us know.
See if you can even count it with 2 hands. I bet you can't.
No,
bet you
you
can't.
can't.
You know what? If you've listened to this podcast and you think you have what it fucking takes to list 17
Whoa.
sports, send me a DM at MaxDariusTrying on Instagram. If you can list 17 sports, and I'm so confident in this, I'm so confident you're not going to be able to do this. This is what I'm wagering here. If you can list 17 sports in my DMs, I will mail you $5. I will mail you $5. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to put everything I have on the line because I am certain that not a single person is going to be able to do that. That's how confident I am.
He's really confident.
That's how
about
confident.
this. Yeah.
There's-
Yeah.
You know what? I want you to go to SoundCloud. I want you to DM someone on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Because you can actually DM people on SoundCloud. And let me just bring up this person.
Yeah.
Because they're I think they know a lot about sports. It's someone called Leggy on SoundCloud.
Interesting.
SoundCloud.com/user-949 609 848. That's 949 609 848.
Amazing.
And furthermore, I just want you to just send me personally a picture of your favorite sport in my emails. My email is stephencoury@hotmail.com. Just any JPEG or PNG of your favorite sport.
Yeah.
Just make the subject sport nut, and I'll make sure to reply to it as soon as I can.
Alright.
All right, guys. Hey, it's been great. Thank you so much for checking out our cool hip new podcast. It's been so great talking it out with you guys. Talking it, just saying it all.
Thank you.
It's been really good. Thank you. Hey, see you next one.
Yeah.
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 Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I'll write that
What?
down.